Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Reach coming to you here today. I was able to take a look at WWE's Peacock last night. I really wanted to see what the deal was with WWE. I can honestly say that I am not an everyday WWE watcher. I'm not a guy that's going to sit down and watch Raw. I'm not going to sit down and watch SmackDown. I'm going to get a majority of my news through wrestling dirt sheet sites and stuff that's posted on the Twitter. But I see a lot of the clips I see basically posted on Twitter by WWE. If I hear that something happens, that's the first place that I go. But I try to sit down and make sure I watch the pay-per-views. I think the pay-per-view is going to be a big one. I was hyped about that Money in the Bank one. I think Peacock really shit the bed when they had that screw-up on the show right before the men's Money in the Bank match. And I know that you can't just really run out there and say, stop, even though they did that at Ring of Honor in Miami. I believe it was... might have been Cole versus O'Reilly in a match, and they lost the stream. They knew they lost it, and it was going to take them a couple minutes to get it back. They just ran out there, waved the towel, and the guys just kind of stood there, and the fans chanted. And from a guy that was sitting in the crowd, I think that easily the rest of the show was thrown away. Maybe if you were sitting at home and you were watching that live stream, you are right, but from a guy that was sitting there, I never was really into that show after that fact. That sucked, and I think that it took a couple of minutes. Even though we were able to see the end of the men's Money in the Bank match, people were wondering, what we missed, what we didn't see in that 7-8 minute window that the Peacock was just down and just wouldn't do anything. I look at Peacock. I think they're honestly adding a lot more WWE stuff than we're giving them credit for. I was actually going through, I saw a lot of the old Coliseum home videos that were released back in the day. And I'll tell you the truth, when I go back and watch old stuff on the WWE Network, I like the documentaries. I like the kind of shows where they, follow people around and stuff like that, like Day in the Life or 365, whatever they call them. The Battleground was a really good show. Breaking Ground, the NXT show. I thought that was really good back in the day. But, when I go back and I watch things, I want to watch things from like 88 to 93. That's my wheelhouse. I can tell you who's coming out, when they come out, who's going to win. But that's the stuff that just makes me feel good on the inside. And I was able to find a lot of the Coliseum home videos, a lot of like best of Brutus the Barber Beefcake, best of Demolition. And that's the stuff that makes me smile. I want to see Nitros. I want to see old WCW pay-per-views and things like that. Give me as much as you can. That special that they, I guess, was going to be like a WCW VHS. I watched that last night, the Sting's Lost Tape. They made it seem like it was supposed to be a VHS tape. Kind of him hyping up his match against Big Bubba Rogers. I think it was at a Starrcade. It might have been a Clash of the Champions or something like that. They ended up having no rules. It was called like Lights Out or something like that. But I think that honestly, when Peacock first came out, I gave them a bad rap. I think that what I don't like is the fact that they call things seasons instead of just being like SummerSlam 1994. That is like called SummerSlam Season 6 or something like that. It doesn't really make any sense. And if you don't know the pay-per-view poster or the picture that they use for that show, you don't really know what you're looking at. And you don't really know to click on it and watch that show. I think that they need to sit down. They need to have a wrestling fan kind of like guide them through what it is. And, just tell them like those little minor things. I think that, adding more things like from the classic wheelhouse of the WWF. I don't know who else is looking for it, but I think it would be fun to sit down and watch some old episodes of Livewire. Most of the things have been transferred over. Saturday night's main events. and things like that I'm looking for. So my biggest gripe against Peacock, I think, is done. I think I honestly, when I sit down, I watch The Office on it, so I get my $5 worth every month when I watch those things, and I often think about bumping it up to 10 just because I don't want to watch the ads, but I just kind of like grit my way through them. And it seems like it's all right for, every once in a while to have that 45-second break and run to the bathroom or run and grab another Pepsi out of the garage, something like that. But I think that my thoughts about Peacock is turned. I'm just hoping that we don't get another, mess up on the pay-per-view. But then again, when the network was the network, they had screw-ups on NXT shows and pay-per-views and things like that. So I think it is what it is. We got to take it. You get a whole lot more for your money. If you want to watch it with ads, it's less money. And I mean, the amount of movies and stuff that's on there, you're going to get your money's worth each and every month. I think it's all right.